Come here, bitch.
Well, you can't blame her. She was going through this so quietly. Like a goddamn donkey.
Goddamn. Hee-haw. Hee-haw. Folks, we're going to go ahead and talk about this movie, The Rental. Before we start, let's go ahead and talk about a little horror history right here. You know, you got your boys over here, Michael and Jason, you know, two famous slashers, and they've had histories of kills. When you've been killing as long as they have, you know, just simple killing don't do. You got to get creative after a while. They've gotten to a lot of creative killing back in the day. Even Freddy used to kill people with dreams. I'll put him in there too. I don't know if your boy Jigsaw counts as a slasher. I guess you can say that. But you know the reason why I'm confused because his technical expertise and creativity cannot be beat. You know, traps.
He doesn't get his hands dirty.
He don't get his hands dirty, but he makes up for it with imagination, creativity,
Innovation.
Yeah.
Innovation. There you go.
He's more of a gadget killer.
There you go. There you go. I would say, you know, a lot of people won't count him in there because he doesn't fit the regular mold, but I say he's probably ahead of his time. You know,
With his
the
Rube Goldberg shit.
Perhaps he represents the new regime.
There you go. You know what? I'm going to throw him in there. You got it, man. All these slashes right here, there's a level of creativity to all of them is what we're trying to say. So it's hard to be original. If you ever want to come up and be a slasher killer in a movie, you're like, well, fuck, what's my angle going to be? There's really not much to do. It's all been done. There's no originality here. But you got to learn to embrace the new. Mm-hmm. You know, there was one would-be slasher out there who thought about this, and he said, you know what? None of these people ever killed anybody with an Airbnb. I could do that. Yeah. That's my angle.
I mean, that's the new thing. The kids are all into it.
Yeah, I'm the first. I'll be the first. Ain't nobody ever done that. Aha, I got it. That's what I'm going to do. The Airbnb killer. That's going to be me. That's what we got here in this movie, The Rental, Billy. It's Dave Franco's. David Franco, as you can see right now, he says, yes, I'm a serious director now. No more of that funny shit or following in my brother's shadow.
You're right. Did my brother let you do that shit?
As I said, he says, I'm the good brother. I didn't touch nobody. Come on, nobody in creepy ways. Call people in the middle of the night and shit.
Yeah. 16-year-old girls.
16-year-old girls. You're like, no. I was too busy thinking about my script. I should direct one day. What you have here is two couples who decide to go out, and they're all kind of connected in certain ways, either by their employment or their personal relationships. And they decide, I've been working hard, I've been doing this, I need to connect with my brother, me and the girl need a weekend out. Let's all put that all in one bucket right here, and let's take a trip together, just a nice, quiet, what do they call those things, a stay-away vacation?
Staycation.
Well, staycation's where you stay home, right?
Or you stay in your own town.
Stay in your own town.
But this is just a getaway, weekend getaway.
Weekend getaway. Just find a nice beach, get some drugs, and let's all have a good time. I'm going to tell you, that shit never really works out.
Well, you let us know in a couple weeks.
Yeah, people, I'm about to take this same trip. I'm about to take the same fucking trip, man.
Sure is.
I even got, we even got the same car. It's like,
oh, shit.
we got the same fucking car they got.
Same color.
Same color.
That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
This shit is probably an omen. Maybe I should just keep my ass at home. Take a real staycation as a stay your ass at home vacation. But, because this did not go well for these people. It does not. It does not. So let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for The Rental.
I should have brought the telescope.
What do you need a telescope in the city for? Unless you're like a peeping Tom or something.
Okay, that's when you get in the car and take your ass back home.
All right, never mind.
Cancel this shit.
We saw it.
The refund?
Yeah, exactly. You can get that deposit, man.
Listen, it's easy to say that, but when you're driven out a long way to get somewhere, you ain't so quick to want to just turn around and go back home.
Motherfuckers talking about shit like that, then maybe.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe he had just left it at that.
Right.
That to put that creepy ass laugh on it.
Yeah, moving his hips while I did it too.
Yeah, yeah, no, hell no.
Nah.
No, hell no. Come here, bitch.
Well, you can't blame her. She was going through this so quietly. Like a goddamn donkey.
Goddamn. Hee-haw. Hee-haw. Hee-haw.
Plop, 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 poppity, poppity, poppity. It's like, man, please somebody kill her. Just get on my goddamn nerves. Go get her. Put a rubber mask on.
Yeah, man. So, you know, it's best not to tell you anything at all about this as far as the story
So
goes.
good night.
Yeah. Yeah, so see you. But, you know, Doug, because, I mean, I'll tell you this much, because I don't want to tell you too much about the story
Without
itself, but I will
spoiling.
tell you that if you are going in this expecting like an action-packed, gore-filled horror movie, don't. Because that is not what this is. This is one of those, and I've heard it described like this, and they got it. It's one of those almost what they it's a crazy name, but mumblecore. You know, apparently it's a subgenre, mumblecore, where there's a lot of talking, a lot of character development more on the human side than there is on a supernatural horror or any other kind of side. You know, usually limited on space characters. Most of these characters are interacting with each other more than they're interacting with any of the other elements involved. So,
And it's co-written by Joe Swanberg, who makes a lot of mumblecore movies.
yeah.
Is there like Mark Duplass does those things?
Yep,
a lot, or
that's
whatever?
it. Mark Duplass, and all. You've heard mumblecore dramas, and they've had horror before too.
Sorry, just talk.
A lot of times with mumblecore horror, it's not even horror. It's like some dude was just fucking with somebody.
Right.
This is a horror movie. Have no doubt it is. But you know, before you get into it, they do center on the characters more, and the reason why is because in order to create tension, they don't do that with any kind of
Jump scares,
or they don't do it with any typical horror elements that you have out there. You don't even know what's happening with the quote unquote killer in this, because most of the tension is coming from secrets that these people have, relationships that are already a little bit strained before they get there. I mean, just from fucking arguing.
Yeah. I mean, it sets up right away with these characters. Like, you get to know how tight they are, and you get a hint of why the relationships are, if not so much strained, potentially going to be. And you can already see some shit on the horizon that they don't see.
Yeah, and how, I don't know, because the shit is out there. People, the horror in here is from a bad idea. You know, these people, I don't know what the f is wrong with them. They never should have done this. They never should have done this. You have Dan Stevens, who, as an actor, I really love this guy because he takes projects big and small.
Oh, yeah.
He just this guy just wants to act, and he really does do a great job. Like, a lot of people don't even know this guy's British anymore.
Oh, I know. Well, the thing is, I see, like, in this movie, he's bulking up again, because the first time I saw him was in a movie called The Visitor, where he played this war vet who came to this family, and he was buff. I was like, shit, this dude could play Captain America if he wanted to.
Yeah. Marvel must be calling him. I'm gonna take a bet and say that I wonder if they're talking to this guy, because we joked about it. I wonder if they're actually talking to this guy about being Dr. Doom at some point. He's bulking up for something. I heard Marvel's talking to him about something.
Okay.
So, yeah, he told me. So, you know, he won't tell me what it is. But I need to see that movie, The Guest. Man, everybody says it's so cool.
It is.
Yeah.
The Visitor or The Guest?
Yeah, wait, is it The Guest?
I think it's The Guest.
Oh, yeah, I think that's right.
I'm going to say, 'cause,
Yeah, The Guest. But no, I saw it at South by Southwest, and it was one of my favorite movies I saw there.
He's really good, man. But everybody in here is good. Alison Brie plays his wife. You saw the people in the trailer. Shella Van plays his working partner, and Jeremy Allen White.
Jeremy
Allen White. What has he been in before?
it's on Shameless.
Shameless. Okay.
Okay.
I have not.
TV
I haven't
show.
seen that show.
Oh.
But yeah, that's his brother, who has a dark past of his own. Was one of the reasons why they're going out there. Even that guy, man. This guy Toby Huss. I like this.
I like that guy. I like him in everything I see him in.
Oh, yeah.
Even as creepy and nasty as he was, I was like, I still like this actor so much.
It's
Well,
so
he's always playing goofy, too.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, Connie,
Go ahead.
what's his name? Toby Huss. His guy's name is Taylor, man. I got to tell you, these people are suspicious of him, and they probably have a reason to be. And he's an asshole, and it's not a good guy, but for some reason, I liked him better than them. Like, he's probably the biggest asshole out of all, probably, but, you know.
Well, you know what? Because we're unsure of where he comes from. Like, we're like, is he an asshole? Is he just clueless? Is he just into himself?
No filter.
But with some of them, we're like, yeah, one character in particular. They're within our crew, our main cast of characters. The morals, at least with some of them, are ambiguous, and with one, it quickly becomes not ambiguous.
Yeah,
like,
You should have know where that person's coming from.
These are really not likable people, even when they try to make a point, and it might be, they might be a valid point, but for some reason, they just graded me the wrong way. I didn't hate them. I think the point is to make them not that likable. So you did it, but I
Sorry, you just caught me off guard. So I mean,
you did it. Yeah. I thought like I hate them, but it was just kind of like there were certain moments I'm like, man, you have a point, but you're not really going about this the right way. There was so many bad decisions made before anything even goes down. So they're not likable people, but that's the point of the movie.
That's interesting.
They're not likable. The tension between them is supposed to be the suspense before any faceless boogeyman shows up in here at all. Any faceless killer shows up. And that is a wild. And they succeed at that. Dave Franco succeeds at that, man.
Let me ask a question. These are two couples, right? Like
yes.
He's with the gal and Allison Bree's with Dan Stevens.
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. All right.
But I tell you what, when the killer...
And the two guys are brothers.
Yeah,
and they're brothers.
And they're brothers. But I tell you, when the killer does show up, the creep factor does work in well. I would tell you this, man. This guy's relentless that they have in here. And it's going to take a while before you even know that he's in here. But he's relentless in ways that you don't even imagine. I'm going to tell you, the motherfucker's like a Best Buy employee gone psychotic.
What?
Because this guy he puts so much time into fucking with people's personal lives before he even does anything that's kind of considered to be horror in here. It's almost irritating and again, it's angering that he does this. He stirs shit up between people. He's toying with people before he goes in and does anything to them. And it works on your paranoia because when you see what they do in this movie, I used to stay in Airbnbs all the time. And now I'm checking every goddamn thing when I get there. It makes you so paranoid. Before the killer does anything, the movie fucks with you psychologically, and your insecurity is about going to a strange house to stay in because technology has gotten that far now that anybody can do this.
Yeah.
And it only adds when the shit goes down. It's kind of like, man, I don't know if y'all have any hope of surviving this or not because he's already mentally done y'all in. Like that's one thing about it, man. You almost admire this guy. It's like I'm gonna go in and with these people and turn them on each other before I even do anything.
Right.
Shit,
half my work is done.
It's gonna be easy pickings by the time I get in here. I'm not gonna say what happens with these people when they turn on each other, but these people come in tight, man. They come in tight, and they just see what happens with them later, where they just get mentally broken down in a span of 24 hours. It's like, I don't know if I'm like should hate this guy. I admire him.
Just came to say we'll be outside.
This will never be over.
Yeah, shit, you don't even know. And I tell you that Dave Franco is great. I tell you what he does here. I mean, as a director, I would tell you this: as a directorial debut, strong. I think for the movie that we can talk about that in a little bit, but I think his directorial debut as in the area of horror. The area of horror is very strong, and because what he does here is that he knows how to work with atmosphere. This is the first movie I've seen in a long time where somebody knows how to actually use jump scares and use them effectively. Because these jump scares they're not fake outs. Shit, if you get jumped, you get jumped. Shit.
Ain't no cats jumping out, right?
Fuck being scared, you got it.
That's true. That's true. None of that's wasted.
No,
gotta shake that off.
Every jump scare that means some shit in here, and that motherfucker's relentless with it, man. Like like this shit. Like every jump scare has consequences. It's not there to it's not a cheap shot. But he does a lot just with the atmosphere itself. I mean, the music, the score in this is very creepy, very minimal.
That's always creepy to me.
Yeah, It's a guy who knows, like, I'm working with a certain budget, so let the simple things work for themselves. Let the atmosphere work for itself. Let the quiet work for itself. Let the sparseness of this movie work for itself.
Yeah, everything is the house and the woods.
Yep. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that movie, The Collector, where it's a movie on a smaller budget, but they work within certain limited confines. And they work with a lot of mystery behind that and a lot of atmospheres. One of those low budget
lighting
atmospheres.
to The Collector.
Yep, exactly.
Sorry, I'm gonna jump.
No, you're right. Yeah, where's
Wrong house, mother.
Where there's just a knock.
Yeah. Oh, where's somebody over here?
But I probably have a little more respect for it because there's a lot of the same elements right here, man. It's just like this mystery guy that's kind of out in the open at the same time not. A lot of dark places to hide, people being messed with for what other reason other than to be cruel, you know? Mm-hmm. So I thought as a budget type project, very strong.
I classically I don't really like horror movies all that much. And what I've discovered over the last couple of years is that while I don't like horror movies, I do like thriller horror movies. Mm-hmm. Sure. And this one I found to be very effective in as much as it is mostly, 3/4 of it is just a tense drama. Like by the time the horror element comes in, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot that was even supposed to be part of this.
Yeah.
And now this is a whole new thing to deal with. And it didn't have that feeling of like, screech! Okay, this stops and this comes in. It was like, this has been here the whole time. It's just now
You just didn't see me.
now it has just moved itself to the forefront. And now there's this to deal with. And it's weird because I just been watching this show, Search Party, that's about these millennials trying to solve this mystery. And because of some shady shit they do, they get deeper in trouble. And I was like, man, this is what a wild parallel this is. But I love the way I got just pulled into this, and I found myself just completely like this, like ripping my cheek. And this killer, there's nothing supernatural about him. In fact,
that's always the scary.
No, that's what makes it scary because all the moves and stuff are you like totally plausible.
Yeah.
Right. You go somewhere, any motherfucker could be doing this to you.
Yeah.
And can catch you slipping and
Yes.
come running after you with
Yes.
regular speed and not that supernatural shit where they walking slow and you run and
no,
catch up to you.
And he don't even walk slow. No.
Oh, sure. But I'm saying that's what's always scary is like when I see the movies with the guy's not supernatural, and like I said, I'm not going to, I didn't see this, but when someone's running right behind him like that always get, or catching them,
He
off
doesn't
guard
walk
or
slow. He doesn't teleport. He is like a actual human being.
Right,
He's like, God.
Yeah, he plans
which
his
is
moves.
scarier because it's more real.
And like I said, this is just cruel what he's doing, man. It's just like he's just an asshole. It's like
I found myself even gripped all through the credits, just like, what is this? And I found the answer to be satisfying. Matter of fact, there's things I thought about after the movie was done. I was like, yeah, shit. Yeah.
Okay, well, see, that for me, like my whole thing was like, if you think about it too hard, it
falls apart.
Yeah, well, I think, the end credits of the movie are even creepier than the actual film, which that's not a criticism. It's a cool thing, but if you think about how plausible this is, I think it gets kind of dumb after that because I can't spoil it, but you start putting pieces together like, okay, this can't work out like they think it could, especially what we're told. But as far as I'm one of your more grounded horror thriller type movies, it is, I appreciate that. And like I said, man, you get so many people who they do copycat versions of horror. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
Everybody does jump scares like this. Everybody has these types like this. It's kind of cool to see someone who comes in and they have a script where it's more character oriented. So like, I don't even like these people that much, but I'm still, I fear for them.
Yeah.
I fear for their situation.
Oh, I give it a low full price.
Wow.
It was really satisfying for me.
Yeah. I'm right behind you. Yeah,
and you know what? It's. I mean, the only thing that made me think I might give it a rental is just the running time because it's so short. But at the same time, it's like, no, that's a plus.
I don't have a problem with that.
No. Just sometimes I feel like if you pay a certain amount of money, you want a movie to be a certain length. But this is tight.
Yeah,
and I like that.
That's
I was
better,
like, you know what?
especially for
This
horror.
is actually like no. This is good. It stays. It says just exactly what it has to say, and then it's like, all right.
Yeah,
I'm done.
There's only a couple of slow parts in here, even at the running time that it has. Like I said, thinking about it is like, okay, it falls apart if you leave and think about it. Especially what they show you in the credits, the end credits. But as far as what they want to do within the film and their goals, which I imagine is to actually keep you on edge the whole time, keep you tightly wound up as you watch these people fall apart and unravel. It works very well at that on that atmospheric level, and I give it a very high matinee. I mean, this is cool to see a lot of these directors who you wouldn't even expect horror movies to come in from them, and they come in and they do it, and they just show all these other movies and all these other people who worked in horror for probably a long time. You know what?
This is how you do this.
This is how you do this, man. This is something new right here. I'm thinking of people like Jordan Peele.
Right. That's he's making me
Danny McBride with Halloween. I'm looking at this right here, man. It's almost like you just need people. You need comedians and goofy ass motherfuckers to come in and bring horror. Because a lot of people who, claim to be real horror people, they're just doing the same shit, man. They rely too much on the jump scares and the blood.
Yeah, exactly. They focus on the kills. Like, my fans want to see the kills. It's like, yeah, but maybe something with the characters.
Yeah, and also they focus on the same horror film characters you are talking about. There's always the one guy not taking things seriously, joking when he shouldn't be. Then that's the guy you always want to see die. And then the one who's hysterical, the one who's not. You know what I'm saying? You get those same Scooby-Doo ass gang together, and then
you have one of the female characters who's hysterical, and even though she makes sense, you're like, I just want her to die so she stops screaming.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And then you get the one guy going da 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 and making jokes and pranking people when, hey, somebody's already died. Time for you to do that shit before. Yes, cut this shit out.
Yeah.
And then you can't wait for him to die because it's annoying you so much.
Yeah.
And you're not feeling anything, And so it's like,
No, this is very
you're like, I can't wait to get sliced up, then, whatever.
No, this is very character-based
right,
on a very human level.
But y'all both made that point. I was just, kind of
Yeah.
jumping on that because I haven't seen the film. But yeah.
Yeah, it would. A couple people asking, what would Corey Bot think about this? Oh, he hated
it. Who?
Corey Bot.
Oh, Corey Bot.
He'd hate it. Not enough blood, not enough titties.
Titties. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He'd hate it.
It's kind of low on titties.
Yeah, I can tell you right, he hated it.